All right, I think we're live here. So my name is Lori Dufresne, and I am a certified health coach. I've been coaching now for about 6.5 years, and one of the greatest things that I love to do is celebrate amazing people who are taking on their life in every area of their life. So I have Michelle Alcorn and I have Stacie Billingsley that we're going to be talking to today, and they're going to share a little bit about their story and what it's been like for them. I'm going to start with Michelle. So Michelle came into my life last summer, and her husband Mark came, and we got to chat with them and just hear a little bit about what they were wanting more in their life and losing weight and getting healthier. And Michelle, do you want to share just a little bit about what that experience was for you? I know you were a little bit skeptical at the beginning, and definitely Mark was, but share a little bit about what that was like, and then how much progress you guys have made over this past year.
Yeah, absolutely. I had been attending a small gym in Peoria called Body Fitness Incorporation, owned by Lori's cousin, Abraham Gontos. I was doing good in regard to the lifting weights and exercising, but my eating habits, I'd be okay for a few weeks, then go back into old patterns, lose a few pounds, then gain it back and even more. Abraham kept on telling me, you really need to talk with my cousin Lori. She has an awesome program that could help you. Finally, after about half a year of hearing him say that, on the spur of the moment while I was at the gym one afternoon, we both got on the phone with her. She asked me some questions, explained the program to me. I went home and I told Mark, I really, really want to give this program a try. I'm going to give it a try. You're more than welcome to join me, but I'm not going to force you. He begrudgingly said yes, had a horrific attitude for a few weeks.
He did.
That was for me, but when he started seeing the results, which happens immediately, and they kept on happening, after a few weeks, he said, yes, this is working. He was in 100%. And then in December, we decided to become coaches with some persistence on Lori's part, which I'm so thankful. She kept on persisting, because it has been the most awesome experience we both had. We've grown spiritually, mentally, on top of just the physical health that we've gained the last few years. And Mark has lost 140 pounds and I've lost 62 pounds. And it's just been an awesome experience.
So awesome. So proud of you guys. It's just been so cool to see. And now that seeing that you guys are helping so many people. And I love that you ladies are from my hometown of Peoria, Illinois. And it's been one of my biggest dreams and visions to just get that city healthy. There's so many amazing people that are living there and just bringing health into the area. And it's really awesome to see how many lives that you guys have been impacting by your story. Just you walking around town and just people noticing and taking notice of what you're doing. And so congratulations on all of that. And so Stacie's one of those that saw your transformation. And do you want to introduce Stacie?
Yes, this is Stacie. And we know each other. We worked at the same agency 4 years. And then has it been 2 years ago now?
Since I left?
Yes.
It's been a year.
Okay, a year. But we became reconnected. She saw the transformation Mark and I had on Facebook, reached out to us. We shared with her more details and what was possible. So she decided to become involved, and it's been awesome ever since then too, just having her on board. Now that she's decided to be a coach, it's like she's reinvigorated Mark and I to want to up our game even more. And we are actually dreaming about things that we can do together to impact in the Peoria area. So we're dreaming together.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. So Stacie, do you want to share a little bit about what your journey has been like for you from the start, and just share a little bit about your story? Because this is why we do this. We just want to share hope. There's a lot of people out there that really have given up hope, and we know that we're real people. We've experienced it. We have taken the tools that have been given to us and we apply them. And you're a beautiful, beautiful example of that. It hasn't been a perfect road of like your health journey, right? Like, and that's,
no, it has not.
And you know, that's the cool thing about this is that we get to learn from each other and realize that it doesn't always look perfect. And so if you don't mind, just jump in here and share a little bit about your story from the beginning.
Um, as Michelle mentioned, wow, I left Children's Home about a year ago. And I had been there for 20 years, and the decision to leave was a hard one, but I knew as far as my own health goes, I needed to leave, for the stress. As time went on in my new job, of course, new job is stressful as well at first as I'm learning. For months, I was searching for something to do to lose weight, because it was about that for me. When I started this program, I was the heaviest that I've ever been. And I kept looking at things and nothing just seemed to sit right with me. And then when I saw Mark and Michelle post their story, I just went ahead and immediately felt moved to reach out to Michelle and Mark and just say, okay, you got to tell me what you're doing. I was very skeptical. I've tried everything, you name it. If it's got a name and it says diet after it, I've done it. And those things have worked for me, but only for a short period of time. And then I go back. And so as I push through the skepticism, and don't get me wrong, I still researched a lot about it, even though I eventually made the decision to sign up and made sure it was right for me. When I got on the call with Lori and Michelle as well, and I think back to that time, how disengaged I was and how, hopeless I felt, to now I started on Christmas Day, and I felt so inspired to just put some time into myself and to move on from some of the doubt that I felt. At any rate, the road has not been smooth. I cruised along that first month and a half. I think I dropped like 20, 23 pounds. I felt really good, but I was still disconnected. And when they asked me about being a coach, I got scared and I backed away, but they did not let me back away. They came for me. There was never a time where I didn't come out of work and see a text from Michelle or even Mark. And I realized that, what are you doing? Stop being scared. Go in, go all in. And so I did. And the amazing part of that has been, not only have I lost about 45, 46 pounds, my family has all gotten engaged. My son in 3 weeks has lost almost, 23, 26 pounds. He's 20 and he's got this glow about him that I haven't seen in a couple years. My husband is supportive and on board with me. But most of all, I have found that it's not just about the weight loss for me. I've found that I have a passion to become the woman that I'm meant to be. And with these ladies and Optavia, and then the people that I'm coaching, that I have found the path that I was meant to be on.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you for that, Stacie. And I mean, thank you for your transparency, because it's not easy. It's not. And I think sometimes people just think it should be easy. It's not. It can be rewarding and awesome as you're awakening into becoming the best version of yourself. And we got to break through some stuff in order to get there. And that's where the emotion comes from. Like, I'm still 6.5 years into my journey and I still get emotional because I don't ever want to forget where I came from. I don't ever want to forget that, because that's who makes us all who we are. It's all part of our journey. And that's what's so cool about what we get to do, is that, nobody expects perfection. We're just looking about making daily progress as we're learning and growing. And so thank you for that transparency. And, I as well was very skeptical, because I think we all have tried so many things in the past. And it's just, I know for myself, I was always so focused on the scale that I didn't even think about like all the other stuff that was going on, and we're just like number on scale. And then we start going right back into our old ways again. And so for me, I know that having the community, and like, I love that you said that, you know, Michelle and I never gave up. Like, we're always, or you're always, there's always a message. It's just because we care about people. And when people set a goal, like that accountability and knowing that there's somebody on the other end of that phone that really cares about you and wants you to succeed, it's so far and few between do we ever find people in life that really care that much. And as coaches, that's what we get to do for people, is we just care about them, we support them, and we help them take the next couple of steps. And yes, it's not always a straight road to success. There's the little squiggly line, right? It takes time, and it takes, you know, just rolling up our sleeves daily to make those choices. And it can be an awesome journey if you don't feel like you're doing it alone. But Stacie, what do you think? Like, what are some things that you would like to say to maybe anybody out there that's listening that is feeling skeptical and sitting there wishing and hoping that it could possibly work? Like, what would be the message, or what would that message be to your prior self?
Take the risk. I know I'm crying, but I am happier. I have more energy. My husband and I were out earlier playing basketball with the kids, and he even kept going after I came in. It really is, you know, living your best life. It's finding, it's like shining sunlight, right? And it's finding the things that make us find joy again, and not be scared to feel that joy, because it might go away or we might fail. It's so worth it. It's changed my whole family's life, and now I'm bringing it to my friends, and I'm hearing in their voice this joy and happiness in life that at first I wasn't hearing, and it's only been a couple weeks, right? So this works. And I am a skeptic. I am the person who always has the other side of the story after someone says something, you know, happy. I'm like, well, did you know, right? But this time, there isn't that. This is working on yourself. It's not working on your body. That's a part of it, and it's a great part. And that happens fast, but it happens faster once you give in and trust that process, because this process has again, it's changed my whole family's life. And I can't be more grateful.
So great. It creates a ripple effect for sure. And that's what happens, is that once we get on our journey of better health, you know, people start noticing, and they start taking notice that's like, there's something different. You're happier, you're standing taller, you know, and then it affects our family. My husband and I were both on plan. It's rippled off into our kids. We can have a healthier family life at home. That's what life is about, right? So if those of you that are listening and you're just like, well, what is this? I don't understand. Like, what is this program you guys speak of? So there's 4 components to our program, and we have a healthy eating plan we customize for you. So if you are interested in like, hey, tell me more about this, you would reach out to Stacie, or reach out to Michelle or me, myself, whoever you're friends with. And it starts with just a quick conversation. We just want to know what you're looking for more of. What kind of goals do you have? What would be wonderful? When was the last time you felt amazing? What would it feel like to get there again? Like, that's how the conversation starts. Then we're going to take a look at your current habits, right? We're going to talk a little bit about hydration and motion and stress levels and all of the above there. We're going to take a look at that. And then we're going to customize something for you. We're going to take a look at some of your spending habits on food, so we can customize something that is going to work for you and your lifestyle. There are no 2 people on this planet that are the same. So it all begins with customizing something that's going to work for you and your life and your budget. Then we're going to present a plan for you, and then you guys get to decide, is this something that you feel like is a good fit for you? But without that, I know a lot of people always, the big question I always get first is, how much does it cost? Well, it depends on what you're looking for. And I'll tell you one thing, the 3 of us ladies are not scary, and we are not pushy. And that's like, I always like to say, it's just a conversation. Like, let's talk. I want to help you. If this can help you, I would just like to get the information in your hands, and then you get to decide what you want to do with it. And that's what it all starts with. So we have a customized eating plan for you that's super, super simple to fit into your life. If you're busy, it's all the better reason to get on our eating plan, so we can assist you with it. It's great for busy people. The second thing is, and it's also very, very cost neutral. Most people feel like, oh, it's going to be expensive. It's not. It's going to fit right into your current budget. And that's why we like to connect and just find out more about what that looks like for you. We have a wonderful, healthy community that we're a part of. You become like the 5 people you surround yourself the most with. So you surround yourself with those that are successful and moving forward in their health, and that's going to help you to set yourself up for more success in your health as well. We have a wonderful tool that's an educational tool. It's focusing on habits of all the areas of our life that create health. So we're not just focused on losing weight, we're focusing on habits that you can adapt into your lifestyle, and that's going to help you take the next steps in health each and every day. So that, and what's the other component I'm missing? Healthy, I'm like, but
Yeah.
coaching. Your health coach is going to be like, I'm like, what am I forgetting? Us. I'm forgetting the most important part. So you have a health coach that's walking with you on your journey. We've all been on this journey. We know what it feels like. We've got an amazing sense of empathy of what you're going through, because if you're feeling it, more than likely we have too. And that's why we coach. We want to help other people, give the hope, pass on the hope. And at the same time, it's a win-win for both. We stay more accountable on our own health journey. We're 5 times more likely to keep our weight off and maintain a healthy lifestyle and continue taking daily steps towards optimizing our health for the rest of our life if we are helping other people to do the same. So it's a win-win for both. Anyway, ladies, do you have any other parting words? Or Michelle, I should ask you as well too. For those that you're speaking to, or any of your friends that are out there listening, what would you say to those people that are thinking about it? Or what would you say to your prior self before you got started?
Yeah, I would just say when I started this plan, I was thinking just I'd use it as a tool to get the weight off and move on. And I'm so thankful that I didn't do that, because this has ended up being like a game changer for us. Mark and I believe 100%. Us going to a small gym in Peoria where I connected with Abraham, who knew you, who connected me with you, and you believed in me. Not only that I could lose the weight, you believed in us, but that we could truly impact others and help others the way you helped us. It's just been a huge game changer. It's like I have a desire, and I've always cared about people, but it reignited a desire within me to grow again knowledge wise, and to want to serve others and to serve God, and just realize this could be a tool, this program, that I could do that and impact lives, not just in a little way, but in a significant way that would not only impact people physically, but emotionally and spiritually. And I just look at how now we're finally starting to see people, Mark and I, helping other people. And the dream and the vision, and Stacie and I talk a lot about this. We just want to reach as many people as we can, not just in Peoria, but throughout the country with this. And it's just pretty exciting to think what's possible.
I love it. I love it. Stacie, do you want to add anything more?
For me, hearing what Michelle said, it's interesting, because going from feeling pretty hopeless to tons of hope, but also possibility. And, I spend less on groceries now than I ever have since I've been an adult. I have a big family, spend $450 a week. Now just spending 56 to maybe on the upside of $75 a week. It's totally doable. And that's with 2 of my adult children and my husband and I on the program. It's totally doable. And I think the reason that Michelle and I and Lori, we're all, in my opinion, very kind and authentic people, really have hope for other people and want people to see this and join this, is so they can feel and see the possibilities that we've seen.
Absolutely. That's 100%. Yeah. And I think too, I think if that one decision has just completely changed every aspect of my life. Not having to feel burdened with the extra weight and the addiction to sugar, and not having to feel burdened with thinking, how am I ever going to pull through this? Like that weight that we carry on our shoulders and in our mind, and that noise that just overtakes us, is like, it's not worth living your life that way. And that's where I think our passion comes from, to help and to spread this out to other people. There is a way out of what you're going through. And you know, there's a saying that I heard once when I first started coaching, and before I even started coaching, that really it changed it for me, and it got me out of my comfort zone to say, yeah, I want to help other people, is that the power of one person's story that can help unlock somebody else from their prison. And that's exactly what we're doing right now, is we just want to give you hope. If you are listening, and if you are struggling, and if you are feeling alone, or if you're on diabetic medication, or you have high blood pressure and cholesterol, or you're just finding out that you're a borderline diabetic, or you're finding out that you are 100 pounds overweight, or you have 10 pounds and you're feeling completely like you have to work out at a gym 3 hours a day to keep that weight up. We are imprisoned by the thoughts thinking that there is no other way. And right now, we're just giving you hope to say that there is. And is it worth taking a risk? Because sometimes you got to get out of your comfort zone and see what life outside of your comfort zone looks like, and say, you know what, instead of saying it can't, or it won't, or I don't know if it'll work for me, how about you change that perspective right there and say, what if it did? How would this affect your life? How is it going to affect your family's life? How is it going to affect everybody else around you if you show up differently in this world? And that's where our passion is coming from today, is we just want to pass that hope on to you, because we are all three living examples of what this is doing in our life right now. And it's so much more than losing weight. It's about actually taking control of your life and being proactive in your life, instead of letting your life happen to you, and not be a victim to circumstance, but actually responsible in your own judgment and your actions every day. So I hope this brought you hope today. I hope that our words are going to speak to your heart and give you the confidence to reach out and just say, can we just talk? Like, that's all it takes. Can we just talk? I will make you this promise. We are not here to push anything on anyone. We want you to hear our hearts. We want you to know that we are for you, and we believe in you, and that you have your better life is waiting for you as well. So thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Stacie, for being vulnerable. I know this isn't always easy to get out there on a public platform and do this. It's not, but it just shows that you are more for spreading the word and spreading the mission, and telling people, you know, that they can do this as well, and that you're here to help and support them and walk with them on their journey, and getting the focus off of yourself and the fear of doing it. So congratulations for doing this, ladies. And I hope it does reach many, many people, that they can reach out and take control of their health as well. So I love you, ladies. I'm so blessed that you're in my life, and excited to see what the future holds.
Love you too.
You love you
Bye,
too.
girls.
Bye.